Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
NKLY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors. The Kawasaki KX450, built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. We got up to 80 degrees yesterday out at Yellen Field. Look for even warmer conditions today with a high of 86 expected. Wednesday, windy conditions on tap. Possible wind gusts as high as 45 miles an hour on tap. The case against White Pine County Commission Chair Paula Carson dismissed without prejudice on Friday by District Court Judge Nancy Alf, sitting in the 8th Judicial District Court in Clark County after judges in the 7th Judicial District Court recused themselves from the case. In her ruling from the bench, Judge Alf said there were improper things that took place, but those items did not rise to the level of proof needed to remove Carson from the commission. Alf stressed that if the Ethics Commission or the Attorney General's office issued a finding against the commission, her findings might have been different. The focus now turns to Carson City and the outcome of Ethics Commission and open meeting law complaints. Fresh off Wednesday's special meeting, the White Pine County Commission will meet again on Wednesday at the library. Commissioners scheduled to review employee insurance renewals, consider granting funds for Sheriff's Office portable radios and emergency social services programs, and discuss a long-term police protection agreement with the City of Ely. The agenda also includes updates from county fire officials, possible approval to auction surplus emergency vehicles, and discussion of new ordinances related to large renewable energy and industrial development projects in White Pine County. Other items include funding for senior nutrition services, a proposed golf course well project, and possible action on moving county commission meetings back to the historic courthouse following ADA complaints. The meeting begins at 9 a.m. Wednesday in the County Library Conference Room, and we will broadcast that meeting live. Here's a quick look at the Sheriff's Office blotter report for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 2 men, Shane and Aiden Throssell of Ely, arrested on May 8th on outstanding court warrants. Bail set at $2,000 each. They're innocent until convicted in a court of law. This week also saw active investigations into a home burglary where residents were battered, a sex crime, and a student assaulting a teacher. Deputies also responded to a hit-and-run in a city lot and a reckless driver near a school. Other incidents included a fraud attempt involving a fake peace officer call, juveniles setting off fireworks at a park, and a concerning report of children left unattended in a vehicle that fled the scene. Turning to White Pine County sports, well, the Bobcats baseball team saw their playoff run hit a pair of roadblocks Friday, falling to Needles 16-3 and later dropping an 11-8 decision to Lake Mead Christian Academy, eliminating the Bobcats baseball team from postseason play. Against Needles, White Pine's home winning streak came to an end. Maddox Sedlacek provided the offensive highlight, going a perfect 2-for-2 at the plate with a home run and 2 RBIs. The loss snapped the Bobcats' 3-game winning streak. Later Friday, White Pine battled Lake Mead Christian Academy in another playoff matchup, but came up short for the third time against Lake Mead this season. Sedlacek again delivering with a homer and 2 RBIs, while Jacob Durbridge added 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a double in the losing effort. Needles beat Lake Mead to take the 2A Southern title. Both teams advancing to the championships in Needles next weekend. They will be joined by teams from Yerington and North Tahoe from the 2A North. Ladycats fared better, but they still didn't take the state 2A crown, but they're still alive in the postseason. They pulled out a dramatic 12-11 win over Needles before the Mustangs answered back with 2 straight victories to end White Pine's playoff run over the weekend. In Friday's opener, the Bobcats edged Needles by a single run for their second straight 1-run playoff victory. Layla Trujillo starred both in the circle and the plate, pitching 6 innings while also scoring twice. Camden Johnson and Emmy Costello each blasted homers and drove in 4 runs as White Pine improved to 17-6. But Saturday belong to the Mustangs. After dispatching Lincoln County 11-1 in Friday's consolation game, Needles rolled to an 11-1 win behind a dominant pitching performance from Audrina Bullchild, who struck out 8 batters over 7 innings. Peyton Jackson powered the offense with a homer and 6 RBIs, Needles completing the turnaround Saturday with a 15-5 victory. Their third straight win, Camden Johnson homered and drove in 3 runs for White Pine in the loss, while Layla Roosh added 2 hits. The Ladycats stand at 17-8, Needles 16-14. Both teams join Yerington and Battle Mountain in the 2A state championships next weekend in Needles. To swimming, congratulations to Livi Weiland, who finished third in the 100-yard butterfly at the 3A regionals and qualified for state. Sadly, she just missed 4th place in the 50-yard freestyle by 0.3 of a second, but she'll be heading to state next weekend in Las Vegas in the butterfly. White Pine High turning in a strong showing at the 2A Southern Track and Field Meet, with the Bobcat girls finishing second overall and several athletes bringing home event titles. Senior Kasia Nichols led the way, winning the girls' 300-meter hurdles and high jump, while also taking second in the 100-meter hurdles. Miley Oxenborough swept the throwing events for White Pine County, capturing both the girls' shot put and discus championships. Peyton Lawrence added runner-up finishes in the girls' 100-meter dash and long jump, and the White Pine girls' 4x400 relay team finished second. Ava Albers claimed the girls' pole vault title and placed second in the high jump as the Bobcats piled up 188 team points. Over on the boys' side, White Pine's Colin Shedd won the shot put and added points in discus, while Justin Seller finished second in discus and third in shot put. Craig Reed earned second place in the boys' pole vault and fourth in the triple jump. The Bobcat boys finished fifth overall in the Southern standings, highlighted by strong efforts across the field events. Well, with the last casino resort set to close in Primm, 344 workers about to lose their jobs. We told you last week the company that owns several properties next to the California state line say they're closing down after the 4th of July. They're also closing down a Flying J truck stop and a lotto store that's a few feet across the border on the California side. The law firm Strauss Borelli says they're filing a class action lawsuit. They claim the 344 workers at the locations were not given a proper legal notice of their termination. Earthquakes continue to shake up the area around Silver Springs. Yesterday morning, a pair of quakes struck just after 11:20. The largest had a 4.1 reading. Over the past few weeks, several other quakes have struck the area around 30 miles east of Carson City. No damages or injuries have been reported. It's been a shaken month so far in the state of Nevada. And former Nevada State Senator and longtime educator Joyce Woodhouse died at the age of 82. Governor Lombardo announced her passing Saturday, calling her a dedicated leader whose work to improve education in the state continued long after her retirement. Woodhouse served in the Senate from 2006 to 2010 and again from 2012 to 2020, holding several leadership roles and serving on dozens of committees. Before entering state politics, she worked as a teacher, principal, and school administrator in Clark County. Senate Democrats praised Woodhouse as a tireless advocate for children and families, saying her legacy will continue to shape Nevada for generations. At 8:21 for Sahara Motors, that's news from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by